morning, viewers. Welcome to MouShauk. Uh, we'll start with today the second part of the digestive system of class 9 syllabus. So before I start, I will request you to please do subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed yet, or if you are a new viewer to my channel. Okay? And if you are liking the video, press the like button, share with your friends so that they can also be benefited from these videos. And do meditate before you start your day. Okay? So we will also start with a short meditation and then we'll start with the discussion. Okay. So for that, let us concentrate on the quantified. The light is falling in blue. That light is giving the energy. The brain is being energized. Your power, working power, your mental power, both have been increased. Analyzing power has increased. Maintaining power and reproducing power is also increased. Doing better in your exams, scoring good marks, getting appreciation, thinking all positive thoughts, okay? Increase your mental capacity, and you will feel happy, you will see good results in future. In this day, you're thanking God for being with you and helping you in every step of your life. And your meditation portion and think positive, okay? So let us start with the structure of our teeth. Okay? So see, in the mouth we have different type of teeth, okay, that we have discussed in last video. 4 types of teeth we have, and 2 sets of teeth, that is milk teeth and permanent teeth. The 4 types of teeth. The teeth are incisors, canine, premolars, and molars. This picture is of a general tooth. Okay? So it is of a canine. Okay. So let us see. See, the first is the crown portion. Then is the neck portion between the crown and the root. Okay. So when the tooth has entered the gum, from that region, the root starts. Okay. So till the tooth ends inside the gum. So till that region is the root. And between the crown and the root, the portion, slight small gap is there of the tooth. That is known as what? That is known as the neck. Okay. Now see. First, we will see the upper portion in the crown. The crown consists of what? Crown consists of the neck, enamel and dentine. Okay. So enamel is what? Enamel, or you can say the ivory. Okay, it is also called ivory. It is the first portion. It is covering the crown. Okay, it's the covering of the crown, and it is the hardest substance in the body. The crown is the hardest substance in the body, and the the enamel is the hardest substance in the body, and the crown is what? Crown is the exposed part of the tooth above the gum is known as the crown. Okay, just below the enamel, we have the dentine portion. It forms the bulk of the tooth. It is harder than the bones, but not as hard as enamel. A little bit less hard than enamel. Okay. It has minute canals. You can see lots of canals are there inside the dentine. Okay. And that through which what happens to the strands of cytoplasms of the cell run into the pulp cavity. Just below the dentine is the pulp cavity. Okay. Uh, where the pulp cavity, it is soft portion. Okay, it is the soft portion in the central space of the tooth, which consists of blood vessels and capillary and lymph vessels and nerve endings. Nerve fibers are also there. It consists of, then what is it? Does it consist of? It consists of blood vessels, that is blood capillaries, lymph vessels, and nerve fibers, which continues below the opening of the pulp cavity. Okay, through the opening, sorry, it continues below through the opening of the pulp cavity. So it continues down through the pulp cavity, it continues into the gum, into the bones, jaw bones, inside the bones where the main vessels are there, it will connect to them. Okay. Now, between the dentine and the, what do you say, this, okay, this is there is a cement, okay, this, between the dentine and the gum, there is a cement, okay. Cement is another bone-like structure which covers and fixes the root in the position. Just below, you can see the brown color, that is the cement, okay. So first comes the enamel, the outer portion which is coming out of the gum. Okay, so that is the enamel that is forming the crown. Just below the enamel, we have the dentine, which is the major portion of the tooth. Okay, then below the dentine is the pulp cavity, which consists of what? It is also called pulp, which consists of soft connective tissues in the central spine, and it has the blood vessels, blood capillaries, lymph vessels, and nerve endings. Okay, nerve, yes, nerve fibers. Okay. Then I told you the tooth is fixed, or rather, we know that it is fixed inside the jawbone by gum. Okay, so the pinkish portion beside the tooth, on both the sides of the tooth where the tooth is fixed, that is the gum. Okay, upper and the lower jaws surrounding the bone of the teeth. Surrounding the bone of the teeth, the upper and the lower jaw, we have what? The pinkish tissue that is known as gum. Okay. Now, the neck region, see the crown, between the crown and the root. This is the root. Root starts from this here, from this portion to the lower portion, that is the root. Okay. And the crown is from the upper portion where the enamel is stopped, that portion, the exposed part of the tooth. Okay, so the total exposed part of the tooth is the crown. Below the crown and above the root is the neck region of the teeth. Okay, it is the slight constriction between the root and the crown that is known as the neck. Okay. Then the root. What is the root? Root is the part of the tooth which is embedded in the cup-like socket of the jawbone. This is the cup-like socket you can see where the tooth is inserted. That is known as the root. Okay. And now this is the jawbone. This is the jawbone. Okay. Which when you can see some circles or some figures are there. So that portion is the jawbone, which is the part of the skull that holds the teeth. Okay. So clear of the structure of the tooth. Okay. Then we this will see the root. It consists of single processes or fangs. You can say fang or you can say single process. Okay. Fang or process. In single process or single fang in case of incisors and canines. two processes of fangs in case of premolars, and for lower molars, also two processes, but in the upper jawbone, upper teeth, upper molars, there are three processes. Okay? So this is the single process in the case of canine. Okay, and this process will become double in case of premolars or lower molars. Okay, and in case of upper molars, it will be three process. Okay? Now, this is the internal structure of the tooth. It is an incisor or canine with one root. Now, next we come to the premolar tooth or the lower molars. You can say, see, here are two processes are there. Now, see, this is the first upper portion that is coming out of the socket, that is the bone socket, that is jawbone. It is coming out, that is known as the crown, which consists of the enamel, then comes the dentine, then comes the pulp cavity. Okay, and the pulp cavity consists of what? It's a connective tissue which consists of lots of nerve endings, nerve fibers, then lymph vessels, and blood capillaries. Okay? Now, between the jawbone and the pulp cavity, okay, not the jawbone, the gum and the pulp cavity, we have the cement, which is there. That is also a tissue. That is also, sorry, this is also a bone. Okay, yes, it's a tissue. Bone is also a tissue. So it's tissue is that is the cement is there. Then we have a periodontal membrane. What is that periodontal membrane? It is a fleshy tissue between the tooth and the tooth socket. Tooth and the tooth socket, there is the periodontal membrane. So this is the periodontal membrane, this part. Between the socket, that is the bone, and the cup-like structure where the bone, where the tooth is fitting inside, that is the socket, and the tooth. So between that, there is a membrane which is known as periodontal membrane. Okay, fleshy tissue. Holding the tooth in place, attached to it to the adjacent teeth and enable it to resist stress of chewing. When you chew it, there is a stress which the teeth experiences. So to avoid, to resist that state, that stress, okay, to the nearby adjacent teeth, enabling to resist that stress, there this periodontal membrane is there. Okay? So clear about the periodontal membrane function. Okay, next we come to different kinds of teeth. Any question, any comments regarding this chapter or any other chapter which I've taught, please to write in the comment box, or you can also write in my email ID, that is kasturi74@gmail.com. Now we see the different kinds of teeth which are arranged in the in our gum. So first four are the incisors. Okay, so let us take 1/4 of the jawbone. Okay, so jawbone, the upper bone jawbone and the lower jawbone, we take a half of it. Okay, so in the 1/2 of the jawbone, we will see two incisors in one part, then one canine, two premolars, three molars. Okay, just like that in the other side also it happens. Two incisors, one canine, two premolars, and three molars. Okay. Now incisors. Incisors are what? Four. If you consider both the portions in one, that is one jawbone, then we will see four incisors. That is four front teeth are known as the incisor teeth. Okay, they are the central, they are present in the center of the jaw. Okay, they have cutting edges, and their cutting edges are broad and sharp like a scissors. They are used for biting and cutting. Okay. Then comes the canine. Canine, they are one on either side of the incisor. Okay. So they are conical and sharply pointed. Their crown, that is conical and sharply pointed, and they are used for what? holding and tearing the food. Okay, holding the food and tearing the food. That is why the carnivore animals or carnivores, they have the canines are large enough to so that they can hold the other animals very strongly and they can tear their flesh. So for that reason, their canines are very strong. In case of this one herbivores, the incisors are more powerful, okay, so that they can bite and chew, cut, cut and bite. Then we come to the premolars. After the canines, on either side of the canine, on either, uh, on each side of on each jaw, next to the canines, we have the two premolars present. Okay? So two on each side in each jaw, next to canines. The position is like that. So the premolar position is two on each side, next to canines on in each jaw. Okay, each has hill-like projections or cusps. These premolars, they have hill-like projections or cusps. Okay, on the surface, so that is why they are also known as bicuspid. Okay, and they're used for grinding and crushing the food. So grinding and crushing the food. Then we come to molars. Okay, they are the last set of teeth on each side, in each jaw, or there will be three on each side. Okay, last three teeth. So the large surface, they have large surface than premolars, and their principal function is grinding and crushing of the food. Now, wisdom tooth comes last of the molar on each side in each jaw, and that is why they are named like that. Okay, they come last in each jaw, and that is why they are known. That is when they reach maturity, when a person reaches maturity, then these molars come out. So that is why wisdom tooth named like that. Okay, due to the last appearance at the age of about 17 to 20 years, when the body has reached maturity. These are the different kinds of teeth you can see. This is the incisor, which has a cutting edge, okay, broad and sharp like a chisel. Then the canines, the pointed edge, sharply pointed edge, conical and sharp pointed edge. Then we come to the premolars, which have cusps or projections of cusps, and so they are called bicuspid. And the molars, they have the lower molars, they have two pointed projections or fangs, but here we can see three fangs are there. So this molar is of upper jaw. Okay. These two have the function of grinding and crushing. This one canine has the function of holding and tearing, and incisors are biting and cutting. Okay. So this much for today. We will continue with the rest of the chapter in my next video. Okay, till then, if you have any questions, please do write in the comment box. Or if you are liking the video, press the like button, share with your friends. And if you have not subscribed yet, or you are a new viewer to my channel, okay, so please to subscribe to stay tuned, okay, and stay tuned till our next video comes, okay, and you will be notified as soon as the new video will be coming. So thank you for joining and have a good day.